Hello everybody and welcome back to a new episode of the TypeScript Tea Time. I'm your host Mirko and I hope you have a beautiful day so far. Let me just check the audio because we haven't streamed in quite a while. Seems to be alright. Okay, we are back, baby. So this is the TypeScript Tea Time R with the Japanese R, which is an L, or like in Final Fantasy VII R. Or remake or rebirth, whichever you like more. Yeah, so without further ado, let's just dive right in. We have a new project, so let me explain first of all what it is about, I guess. That's probably the first thing. Instead of last time we did a lot of let me think. We did a web shop, I think, if I remember correctly, in particular using Amplify, AWS Amplify, and the login functionality from there that we've basically inherited everything. In this case, I'm developing a mobile app, and it's actually in production. I'm using it pretty much every day. Right here on my phone. Yay! It's this daily questions app. The logo is currently from Expo because it's the preview build kind of. So the basic idea is you get every day, you ask yourself 7 or 6 questions depending on the version. The methodology originally comes from Marshall Goldsmith, if you've ever heard of him. He's one of the number one, or at least top leadership coaches in the world. And if you've ever seen this meme with the gray-haired happy dude that is like, he looks almost like that, but it's actually not him. Hey, Artemis, how are you doing? Good to see you. Everything all right on your end? I'm just explaining the kind of new project. So the app is already in production. I'm using it every day. I am the production. Although there's second person. You get asked 7 questions. So in this case, so it's a goals question. Did I do my best to set clear goals? This is coming from Marshall Goldsmith. So let's say today I did a pretty good job. I wrote everything down, had my to-do list, I checked everything, and I actually tried to visualize it as well. So let's say I got 8 points. You see down here, that's the 8 points from the goals questions. Next question is the progress question. Did I do my best? And this is the important part. That is the part that comes actually from Marshall Goldsmith compared to other methodologies, which just ask employees typically. So it's about employee engagement. Typically they ask something like, did you make progress? And the answer is actually just a yes, no, but they are still asked to answer between 0 and 10 or 1 and 5. Marshall Goldsmith, in his book Triggers, he changes that kind of by asking, did I do my best? 2, and then comes the actual question. Let's say, so this is I did, yeah, fairly okay, not too well, not too much that I tried to not distract myself and so on. So let's just say I didn't do so well. I say it's a 4 for me. I mean, what does a 4 mean? It's completely personal, right? But still, for you personally, there should be some degree of if you're doing this over a longer time, there should be some degree of development, hopefully, or at least should be a reminder that you should change something. If you get 1s and 2s in a row, let's say, or if you're getting 10s, the best possible, that would be great as well. Do the same thing again, kind of. Next one is the meaning question. Did I do my best to find meaning in what I am doing today? I did try, in this case, to get back to streaming, which is definitely meaningful. because I like the sharing and also the learning that I always get from you guys, right, Artemis? Because that's what we're here for, learning together. So let's say that was pretty good. I would say it's even a 9. Did I do my best to be happy today? Yeah, not too bad, not too shabby. I did enjoy my cup of tea especially. So here you go, cup of tea. Did I do my best to build positive relationships today? There wasn't that much, but I do try to build a positive relationship with you guys, so let's say it's a 6. Did I do my best to take responsibility for my actions today? So not doxing myself was one thing probably, but also, I don't know, let's say I care for climate change, so I tried to minimize the amount of meat I was eating or something like that. So that was pretty good. I say it's an 8. Did I do my best to improve my skills? Since I'm doing streaming again, I would say it's an 8. Then I have some free text, my personal highlight that I want to share. Get back to streaming. And normally I would type this, of course, on the phone using the keyboard, but in this case I can just use my my regular laptop keyboard since we're on an emulator. Click the next one. So we see here, by the way, the list of points that the goals, question, progress, since they're always in the same order. I can do something like that. And things I want to do better is, I don't know, let's say, eat an apple. Or we see a summary. Currently it says goals 2. That was just to test that updates are actually working. Today is the 22 June 18. I see my highlight, I see what I want to do better, and I can now just share it. And typically I share it with a friend who's also doing the daily questions. Typically we did it together manually. You often do it in pairs because you kind of making yourself more responsible, and which means you stick to it better. Yeah, and then I can just copy and paste this. So let's just say I put it into messages. Do I have anybody in here? No, because it's an emulator, probably not. Where can I, like, do I not have a writing program where I can just show the content? Oh no, I don't want to. No, don't do that. Yeah, here we go. Paste, please. Paste. There we go. So here we just see the summary. And my bad. That's not what I wanted. Usually that's separated by with line breaks, so that it's nicely formatted for my partner, who's doing the daily questions also, and then he can see those questions. And by partner I mean daily questions partner, by the way. Yeah, so that's the basic app. It does exactly what I want. To be fair, because I just click here and it puts in the number. So basically with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1 click for opening the app, writing the text, another click. So that's 9 actions, and another 2 for better, 10, 11, and then finally sharing. That's 12 actions, and I did my complete workflow that I used to write completely manually. So I used to write in WhatsApp goals, colon, space, number, enter. Progress, colon, space, 5. Enter, and so on, and so on, and so on. Which was quite annoying, but now it's working just perfectly fine. like it is. The thing that I do want to do is, however, to persist everything and then show myself some nice charts on how I am doing in the longer run. To make that possible, I suppose we have to do a lot of, so because this is very, very little code. If you look at this, so I'm using Expo, React Native on Expo. If you haven't heard about it, so React Native being a framework to develop native apps, but with React instead. So you're writing JavaScript or TypeScript code. Expo RN. And Expo takes that one step further. Basically, so the original premise, I think, was to enable solo developers to have the complete lifecycle management of an app. That sounds really fancy. What I mean is you can write an app as a single person. You can publish it to a Play Store or to App Store, and people can download it, and you see some, yeah, they also help you to include stuff like authorization, stuff like analytics, and so on and so on. So that was their original premise, making it possible for solo developers to start app development with a complete app product development. Maybe I should say it like that. And well, the cool thing about React Native is you write it in JavaScript or TypeScript, and it then compiles it some magic way into native Android code or native iOS code, or actually by now it even supports web, but I don't know how well that works, because you don't want to write the same thing multiple times, and the layouts are very different, I would say, on app versus with web. So leave the web aside, but for app development it's pretty cool. I'm actually having a project. Oops, that was VA. Did it? No. What was the command again? Yeah, that one. Which is called the Awesome app, which is also completely developed in Expo, an old version by now, unfortunately. But this one is, so as you can see, it's actually on the Play Store. It doesn't have too many downloads, but never mind. Basically, you get daily motivational messages from people around the world, and it's completely written with the help of Expo, published with Expo, updated with the help of Expo. My bad. So that's what Expo is. Expo.dev is the website if you're interested in that. If you want to start app development yourself, I would say it's the easiest way to start app development, coming from web development at least. Yeah. So we have this app. Let's see. Currently I'm having the emulator open. Let's see here. Well, that's not good, because I was in the wrong folder. I need to be in the right folder, right? Oops. So if I open this one up, currently we see correct app. Now we see kind of a preview version. You choose React Native because you can write it on TS. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, the first motivation was I was used to writing React. Was I? No, wait. I was used to writing TypeScript, let's say. Yeah, I was used to writing TypeScript, and I wanted to learn React. And after a little bit of web development with React, I decided let's do the thing that I actually want to do, which is writing this app that I had in mind for a long time. The Awesome app, the You Are Awesome app. So yes, coming from TypeScript, I decided to pick a TypeScript product or technology to develop the app product. Which is, I suppose, not a terrible idea. I mean, particularly if you're having a company, there are a lot of discussions on which technology should we use. Well, if you have a Java development team, choose Java. It's that simple. If they are used to Java, don't let them experience a completely new thing, at least if the goal is not learning but developing the product, right? Yeah. So coming from TypeScript backend at that point, I wanted to learn front end, and I did decide to go with React because it's the largest one. And if you're doing React development but for an app, it's typically, doesn't have to be if I'm not mistaken, but it's typically React Native. What you're doing. I mean, we could have just developed a website, right? Let's say an alternative, and a website that is either responsive, so I could even use it on the desktop environment, but most importantly also in the browser on my phone. But I think it's not as comfortable, not at all as comfortable as just having an actual app. So yeah, thanks for the question. Do you have experience with any of those technologies? I kind of remember that you were here before, but I forgot everything. It's been 4 months since I've been streaming, so if I have mistaken, if I forgot everything, please excuse me. I'm terrible with these kind of. I'm doing my best. Let's say it like that. I'm doing my best, but currently it's still not enough. Artemis, sorry. So if you please remind me of where you were active. So having that app, we can say, for example, here we have goals currently standing. So if we look for the text goals, I think what we can do is just change it into goals 2, for example. Hopefully it just updates. There we go. So that's our development server that comes also with Expo. I think there's something for that for React Native too, but don't quote me on that. Yeah, so we can just make changes in our code and it automatically gets reflected in here, in the app. So awesome people, let's say, there we go. Oh, I even have already the ID, that's cool. Okay, that's one thing that I wanted. Okie dokie. Then, what do we want to do? So this, what I was about to say was this app is not large. What you see here is the list of questions. Goals, progress, meaning, happiness, social, responsibility. My scroll wheel is broken. Improvement, highlight, and better. And what type it is, what's the text here on this question, the long text, this name, and whether it's just a number or whether it's full text. So for example, here we see, well, we have full text. And depending on that, I suppose, what I was doing was rendering it. Summary screen, that's the very last one. Here, there we have the questions screen, and it basically renders these screens, all 9 of them. And then finally, we have the summary screen here. There we go with the summary screen. We have a questions screen. We have a full text questions screen. Oh, there we go, which is here. So if it's a point question or a number question, you just render this one. Otherwise, you render the other one. And I suppose we have some degree of navigation here as well, which I did apparently 4 months ago. Apparently, with this kind of reducer. So you have a state. It's basically state management, but in a functional programming way. If you've ever used something like Redux, that's the thing that you're doing. And React can do it itself by now with use reducer, although it has some things are different. Particularly the ecosystem is different. Basically, I'm just saying, what do I do? We have an action type which is either navigation or answer. Probably when I have an answer, I think the first few times I just go through. The first time I open this app, and then I just have to answer every question, and then once I reach this screen, I can just navigate, for example, to happiness. I think that's the nav part. No, what do I do here? I check whether I'm finished. Otherwise, I go to the next one. Yeah, no, I think that was right. Once I've done everything, I've answered every questions, it goes into this nav to just jump back immediately, essentially. Okay, so far so good. So what do we want to add now? I'm having my very quick notes. I think to make this app more extendable. So what do I want to do? I want to sync whenever I do this, I want to actually sync everything to a remote, to some backend, so that I have it stored, or at least I want to have it locally. I think I already have that because I built it yesterday. It's very quick and dirty, but I do save the history using essentially the analog of in the browser you have your local storage, async storage. So it saves it on the device. In the end, I want to actually sync it to a remote. That requires some more stuff. And other than that, I want to have this screen where I can show the graphs inside the app already. I think to do that, I need to have at least a second place where I can go. So currently I just have these questions and then the summary. So I need to be able to navigate somewhere else. Oops. Could we get that broke? Do it again, please. So I think to do that, we will have to redo the navigation. And that's, I think, what we're going to do. With the help of React navigation, native navigation. Basically, it provides you with some helpers to put in navigation, so you don't have to write everything else. So let's do something like that. And then we say, give me a new window. We say yarn expo install React navigation native. And I could just install it with the help of yarn. But if you're using expo, there's a lot of compatibility things to look at. So I'm using expo install because it already automatically checks that everything is compatible, at least supposedly, let's say. So that's one thing. And then on Expo managed projects, we also need these dudes here. React Native screens and React Native safe area context. So let's install those as well. And I'm using Y because Y is a shortcut for yarn in my case. Because I only have Expo installed locally, not globally with NPM. So to a bare React Native project, that's the alternative where you do a lot more stuff, as you can see here. In Expo I just did this, and then you're doing iOS for React Native. You also have to do that stuff and change some Java stuff actually, and more Java stuff. And I don't want to do that, right? I don't want to do any Java stuff. I don't want to do any Java. Product development is complex enough. I don't need to fiddle around with Java additionally. So next thing is wrapping your app into a container so that it has the proper context, I suppose. And I guess we do that right here, or we make a copy. We say this is number 2, and then we just say, well, whatever your name is, custom navigation app. You are now called navigation app. Congratulations, my friend. And you just return something, which is suppose we do need the view. Time goes by. Okay. So if we are lucky, we can just put in the custom navigation app right there. Like so. Because we need to React from React, yeah, that's also fine. And import the navigation container. We probably want to export it, and this is a functional component. And are we good? I think we have to also navigation app. Ah, okay. So we can just say, well, you take navigation app 2 instead now. There we go. And that should be it. Render something? No. Element type is invalid. Expected a string. Built-in functions. In all class. Composite components, but got undefined. Maybe that's just completely rebuilt, because we did make a fairly big. I think we have to restart the server, because we did change some dependencies. I think we have to restart the server, and then we just hit R to reload the complete app and build the JavaScript in particular. And then it gets sent here, and then it still explodes. Okay, that's fine. So now we have to actually think about stuff. Probably you have to continue just here. So typically, you should only have one navigation container. Okay, got it. Continue to that one. Actually start doing. Oh, we need more stuff. Okay. Oh yeah, I remember. We have to create a. We want a stack. We want a stack? I don't know. Stack is like you have your pages, and they sit kind of on top of each other. And if you you go back from the topmost, you land in the one that you were before, which is pretty much what you're used to, right? You hit the back button on your phone, and then you go to the previous page, and then you go to the previous page, unless you have this swiping navigation thing. But even there, it often works like that. So the question is now, what do we actually want? What I want is something that does not really change the way I'm currently working, but it does allow me to extend. Well, let's just do this in the React navigation way for a moment. Hopefully we can navigate then freely, even with a stack. Not sure whether that's in this, but although that's the thing. So need something like that. Do you think we need this part first? Y expo install what he says. Oh, we also think we've done the explain part. We are doing now the redo navigation part. Right? Yep, the to-dos that we currently have. So that's that one. Next, we need to copy some code. Because we just have to create this navigation type. And then we can add stuff to it. So let's do it right here, I suppose, for the time being. And then we can say navigation, or navigator, and then we can add some screens. Hopefully that's dynamic. Any of those questions? Put those here. And we can also just export them, right? Export. Hope it can actually use dynamic stuff. So we want to map those to question and index. I don't think we need this, do we? Just need the question. And we map it to what exactly? To either this dude or to that dude. Let's just make everything this for now. We receive a complete component here. Okay. So that means suppose we can just need some properties here as well, right? We have to pass properties to the thing, otherwise it won't work. So let's just create a const. Let's call question page, and what it does, it returns just some text, or maybe a view first of all. View being the basically your div. Most basic component in React Native, and then we just put in some text for the time being. Hello. Context. Why you want import text from React Native? We have React Native paper text. React Native paper being basically your material UI design library. So let's put those in right here. And we want to put everyone on a screen instead, actually. So work. Why no? Why work? Because we don't have return. Return what he says. So now everything should be this hello page. And we have it like 7 times or something. Cannot navigate between those, but still. Is that what we see? Maybe reload again? And drink more tea. That's important. And type is important. Check the render method of app. Hello app. Oh, work. Yeah, it does not have a default export. Okay. Not used to writing React anymore. Export default navigation app. That's the problem that we ran into. Okay. Next, a navigator cannot contain multiple screen components with the same name. I see. So we probably just name it the way the question is probably what I wanted to write here. Question dot I don't know, ID is probably unique. Oh, wait, what? Why is everything working now? That shouldn't be the case, should it? Too many things work. Because we have the custom navigation. Okay, that looks weird, but it at least works. If we just take the title instead, it should look much better. There we go. All right. We're getting there. So blah blah blah. Yeah, we see something like that. It is, let's say, at least similar. So next one. Route name casing doesn't matter. Okay. The Windows terribleness of not having casing. The only required configuration for a screen is the name, component props, but you can read about the other props options right there. We probably will those. So they have now multiple of those. Specifying options. Options is probably what we need, right? Each screen in the navigation can specify some options for the navigation, such as the title to render and the header. Is options already given, or is it something that we can specify freely? It is defined indeed. Yeah, that's probably what we want. Question.title. We use as the name, we use question.id instead. Yeah. Still the same, but now it's dependent on the ID, which is more consistent, or persistent, let's say. Okay, so we actually have 7 screens, if I'm not mistaken. Or questions, many screens now, but we don't really see them because they are only one is active, probably. Right. Not sure. Passing additional props. There we go. Sometimes we might want to pass additional props to a screen. We can do that with Two approaches. Use React context and wrap the navigator with a context provider to pass data to the screens. Okay. So they're saying do it the React way by having an even higher component than the navigation, or at least the stack navigation, and have the state there, and it gets then magically, with the help of React Context API, magically made available to the child components. That's the recommended way, and otherwise we can do this one. I do think we call this one first. Otherwise we would now need to get into React context. I don't want to do that. Or Redux stuff. But I don't want to do that. How complicated is it? Create a context. Haven't worked with context yet that much. I typically just use the library that provides it to me. So, what's the basic ideas here? Okay. Don't they have like a super simple example of it? Before you use context. Apply it sparsely. Or let's pick the other solution for the time being. And then in the next step we include a state management solutions probably. So that means we do something like that, right? Props is of any type, I suppose. Well, suppose we make it any. Component is question page, receives the props and receives extra data. I think there's also parentheses to match here. There we go, that's why. Okay, so if we give this one, say, a title, title is a string, this property, then we can, I suppose, just do something like that here. Question dot, or question long, let's say. Question long, and we put in the text, there we go. And we need to put those curlies, otherwise it will render the actual text question long and not the context of content of the variable. Does that work? Looks like you're passing an inline function for component. Great, I know that. But it didn't do the thing. Why didn't it do the thing? Why don't you do the thing? Please do the thing. Ah, because I'm using title. Ah, that's there we go. not having TypeScript support. Immediately I'm lost. There we go. Okay, so that's one option. Not ideal, but at least it works. At least it works. Then finally we can put in stack.screen with name equals summary and the component being the summary screen, I suppose. Screen, thank you. So, and that one, no, somewhere. How do we actually navigate? Moving between screens, there we go. So in HTML, we would do this exactly. We use an anchor tag and just click on it. We instead use navigation.navigate. And navigation comes from where? We just receive it. Magic. That's probably why we have to put in ... props here. I do think we have use navigation or something like that, right? Don't we? Use navigation. There we go. Nav. There we go, and then we can say nav.navigate, for example, to summary. Const handle clicked, so handle press. It's a function that maps to this dude. Why you know want argument of type string is not assignable to. Oh, okay. Needs to be an object. Navigate details. Nav.navigate. Green. Navigate to a route and current navigation tree. Params name. There's no name. Route name extends key of param list. So, like this. Does not satisfy the constraint, never. Well, that's true. that sure is true. Oh, is this one typed? Actually, do we need this? Do we need something here? Bad. Work to access a navigation prop. Bad. We don't want to push, we want to actually go there, right? So pushing means if that's the thing of a stack. You put things on top of each other typically, and pushing means you put one more on top of it. You first have to, at least typically, you have to remove or pop the topmost object, and then you get back the previous one. Or then you can access the one before that, and so on. That's why they have push here. I'm still confused. Me is still confused. Where do I get the navigation from? Navigation. I do think there's a TypeScript thingy. Yeah, native navigation TypeScript. Root stack param list profile. Oh, we can create a. Okay. So now we need questions. Boom. Dot. But as a key of questions, I think. Oh, that's a nice color, isn't it?
Jamie UWWU joined our tea time.
Jamie U. Welcome to the tea time. Here's your cup of tea. There you go. Enjoy. How are you doing? Everything all right on your end? We're doing React Native currently. Looking into, well, the app is not there anymore, but I do think I can open the actual app. This is an app that asks me, so it is in production, meaning it's used by me. Every evening I'm asking myself 7 questions, I think, 7 or 8. Like, did I do my best to set clear goals today? And then I say, give it a number between 1 and 10. So 0 is 10, is the best. Say it's a 6. Did I do my best to make progress towards my goal? And so on and so on. Social responsibility. Did I do my best to improve my skills and life today? Yeah, I totally did, because I'm back to streaming. So this is the first stream in a long time, like 4 months or something. Giving some highlight. Like the highlight is today that Jamie followed. Whoop whoop. Do we have emojis on here? Yeah, we do have emoji. I want the awesome emoji. Oh, that doesn't work. Kind of like a journal. Yeah, kind of. So the underlying thing comes from triggers. Triggers, I think. Marshall Goldsmith. This book, I can highly recommend it. Just as a side note, not affiliated in any. Not affiliated in any way, unfortunately. I would like to be affiliated to some, or at least meet him once. He's a leadership coach. So the subtitle is Creating Behavior That Lasts, Becoming the Person You Want to Be. And I've been doing this for quite some time. And I did used to do it, so I did used to do it on WhatsApp. So I have a partner who I'm sending a message every day, and he's sending a message to me every evening with those, answering those questions. But typing everything out, like goals is a number 5. And let's say progress space was a 6 or something. And doing that every single day for multiple years, man, it sure adds up. So my idea was to automate it, and I did automate it. The basic app is done. I can write stuff here, and then I can just click the export button and it sends it to WhatsApp. If currently I'm on an emulator here, so I can't really use it. But on my actually phone it works. Yeah. And what we are currently now doing is, yeah, making this more extensible. Currently it's very bare bones. I haven't been with anxiety and depressed so much. I need it right now. There are multiple of those apps out there. And I do think it helps also people without anxiety and depression, also just people who want to improve in any way. It's called Daily Questions, I think. Daily Questions app. Questions Diary, for example. I think that's something. Not quite, but I do think there is some Codesmith Daily Questions app review. There's even a blog article about having those about those apps apparently. Yeah, he has some different questions apparently. Fernando Gross. Did I try to have a calm breakfast? That's also nice. Did I try to transition well to the first task? And so on. Did he write an app himself or something? Oh, Artemis, thank you so much. It's very generous. Wait. Okay, whatever. Yeah, no, thank you so much. For whatever reason, which marked you as a suspicious user, which is very, very weird. No, thank you so much. I very much appreciate it. And yes, I do need to stream more often because I haven't streamed in 4 months. This is the first time in 4 months. Yeah, if you want to know more about this method, I used to do it just on Excel at the very beginning, or just on paper. Here are the questions that he originally had. I do try to stream more often again. I want to. It's also good for my happiness and giving me a sense of meaning also. So I can give me good points on this one, definitely. And I also improve by doing this. Structuring my thoughts more, for example, is something that I'm struggling with, and having to say them out loud to you guys and explain what I'm thinking right now definitely helps me improve on that part, I think. Oh, you've been subscribed for 7 months. Thank you so much. Man, I don't think... Did I stream 7 months already? I do think I did stream right about a year by now. Ever so slightly. So, wow, you're kind of almost like at the very beginning you started. Arigatou gozaimashita. Makoto ni. And now we're bringing in some Japanese just for the words. I'm super new to coding. In your honest opinion, how long would you say it would take someone like me to do it? I don't think it depends very much on you. First of all, it does take time. It does take a lot of practice and persistence. If you have ever started something like writing, blogging, drawing, any sports that you have picked up for a long time and that you started to improve in slowly but surely, it's just like that in a sense. It is more theoretical if you do it, because you can at least do it very theoretically, coding. But you can also do it very much, very hands-on. If you're interested in learning to code, check out, how do we write him? I suppose like that. Yeah. Coding Garden, and is it called the Coding Train? So Coding Garden, one of the biggest streamers, coding streamers, even on Twitch, I think, and maybe even on YouTube. Don't quote me on that. But he's very, very user friendly, beginner friendly, and focused on explaining stuff. And then he's always referring to the Coding Train, who's also a streamer, with a lot of energy. Very, very different from what I'm doing. He's much more, yeah, woo, and choo choo. But he's very, very hands-on. I think beginning with P3, so you can just jump right in essentially. Yeah, how long would it take? It depends on what you want to do, and it's never finished. Let's say it like that. As you can see, I'm fiddling around with it, even though I did use this technology here a year ago or something. I'm fiddling around with it because I forgot half of it, and because it also developed. So the framework itself developed over time. So things have changed. And there are just so many technologies out there that particularly in JavaScript, come and go. So there's always something new. With time, you will start to see things repeating, which is funny in a sense. By the way, we have 200 followers now. Woo! Oh. Jamie, you are the 200th follower. Congratulations, and thank you so much. Yeah, things start to repeat. You see so-called patterns, things that pop up in pretty much every app, in different contexts. You start to solve the similar problems if you frame them correctly. And it's just a lot of fun. If you're having fun with it and you stick with it, you will be there in let's say a fairly short time, not weeks, but you will produce something. You will be able to produce something pretty quick. Although it takes time, don't get yourself frustrated. That's part of the. Well, let's say get too frustrated. That's part of the experience. Being a developer is like developer excitement curve or frustration curve or something. There's probably something like that. You dip in and Kubler-Ross model, yeah. I don't know. At some point, you're like, oh my goodness, I'm so super stupid, and then it makes click and it works, and you're just like, oh, I'm the best person in the world. I can't find it, unfortunately. Yeah, it's like you start and okay, yeah, that's fun. In this case, it's boredom, unfortunately. But then you start hitting a wall, and oh, this is it, I suppose. Searching for a bug morale. Okay. Oh my god! And then you find the solution, and it's like boom. Super motivated, and it's actually not the same level as you were before. It's more like up here, 3 times the level of the original motivation. Starting with HTML, yeah, very, 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 very good start. Absolutely, a good idea to get in. And I mean, you can start building stuff like this, right? It might not be interactive, but being able to to have your own, to build your own website. It's like, if I would be able to go back like say 10 years and be able to build a website, I would be like, whoo, I'd be rich by now. Anyway, let's get back on track. Also, hello to the new people. We're building an app to track, kind of a diary app. I think that's a good way. Maybe that you described it. Kind of a diary app. Every day you ask yourself some questions. You give yourself points from 1 to 10. And also some free text in this case, and then you share it via WhatsApp, or you just save it anywhere you like, or you just dump them if you don't. Feels like it will help me learn other things. Well, don't jump too much, let's say it like that. That's one problem I'm having. Don't jump too much. It's also not too bad to look around, in particular to find what you like, but at least spend a couple of hours or days or maybe weeks with one specific thing before you decide I jump to the next thing. At least that would be my suggestion, so that you have an idea of what you're getting into and what you can build with it. Before you switch to the next thing without having actually learned anything from the first one. Jumping, some people say you shouldn't do it at all. I say there is a degree of jumping or learning different things, let's say. There is a degree of learning different things that will help you a lot, because at some point you hopefully find a good match. It's like you test multiple jobs, and one job that sticks, you hopefully find doing so. Hard to say in general there. So let's get back to what we were doing here. Type checking. Root stack param list. So let's say we have a route called profile, which should have a param user ID. Then we do something like this. Okay. What is our route? Or our default param list base? What is param list base? I don't know. Param list base. It's just general. The most general object you can have. Okay, that's fine. In that case, we don't need you. How do I get those navigation prompts? Initial params. Oh, initial params is also something. Is that what we want? No, initial params is probably not what we want, right? Because it would be static most likely. Yeah, anyway, I hope those explanations help. If you have any questions, feel free. Or some more advanced questions. It's a lot of fun, and I learn a lot by trying to answer them, let's say. No answer is definite, right? So, in my humble opinions. Why work? Maybe can we just do something like this here? useNav or constNav is equal to useNav. And then we say, right here, we just say jump to summary. And for the time being, we just ignore type check to do fix me. And whenever you click anywhere on this view, on press, on touch end, I suppose, do that. So if we open our app, the right one, Oh, epsilon. I remember when I first learned a little bit of code back in high school, over 10 years ago. I became obsessed with CSS and the design elements of it. So once I have the basic correction back in my memory, I'll get back into that. But you also want to learn game design. Oh, that's nice. That's cool. I'm trying to jump between the two. Yeah. What I often do is when I'm bored with one project, I just do the other one, and then I jump back. Or within a day, I just switch between two. I also read multiple books, oftentimes at the same time. But still having to, trying to push myself into actually finishing at least one of those. Yeah, but getting obsessed with CSS already means you probably found yourself having fun with it, and without any kind of jumping or trying out, I would say, you might have never actually touched CSS and wouldn't have found something that you really have fun with. CSS is something that I am very, very incapable of. I always show this. I always show this meme. I'm like this dude. Or that one. Or that one. Or this one. Yeah, that's me. Okay, does it work? If I click here, do I jump to the... Oh, something worked. Something happened. Undefined is not an object. Questions.map. Questions is undefined. But... questions.map. You are undefined, my friend. Why art thou undefined? How can you be undefined? Yes, you're constant. Huh. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe we reload again. I also had to click like 7 times. It no work. Why you no work? Man. Do I have to go there? I don't want to do Redux. No. Oh, man. I suppose you have to. Let's do it. Redux toolkit. Do we use toolkit? Or do we use a regular Redux? Because I do know how to use the regular Redux. Redux, React. React Redux, thank you. That's the one there. The one that I want. Ooh, yeah. Let's do it. Ah, man. So we're now adding state management because I wasn't able to do proper state management. Or it was just this one. It might also be the case. And then, because then we don't have to use this one and we get rid of all of these warnings. Hopefully. Yarn add Hawaii Expo install this dude. Is that it? Do we need recommended way, blah 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 blah. Use. You also need to install Redux, set up a Redux store, and then do other stuff. Okay, yeah, let's do it. Because why not? So we're still trying to redo the navigation, but now we're adding a completely overpowered tool. We could do it ourselves, but I don't want to. So most likely now also need to. And the dev tools. We don't need the dev tools. I say set up a Redux store in your app. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that. Where's my app? Here. So, BAMS. We remove all of that stuff. We do take the store provider. Oh, this one store provider. Put it down there. We store provider, create store. We remove all of this. Something seems to be off. Something is off. Formatting doesn't work, which means something is broken. You should be fine. Ah, there's a comma down there. Alright. Create store. Recommend using the configure store method of the toolkit, which replaces create store. I don't want to do that right now. So we just write a reducer, root reducer. We don't need thunk, I don't think, at least. There we go. Middleware, thunk middleware composed. Problems with this solution configure store. What kind of documentation first gives you all the wrong things and then and then the right solution without writing we do it wrong first. Configure store. And create store. Wait. You take state action, you map to state, turn state. Because currently we don't have any actions. So just ignore the typing for now. Do. And the initial state should be state equals empty object. That should be the initial state. So that should work. Why do you complain? Because of that. All right. Left towards block. How did I do it in my other project? I should just copy it from there. We should just copy all the code from the project that is working. But I don't do that for whatever reason. We're now adding state management for whatever reason. You don't work because you don't exist. So we want to fix first of all these these problems. He's confused. Ah, I think that the approaches are completely different. The approach becomes completely different. Because the actual numbers are not passed anymore, but instead, so this becomes probably initial probes or something. Here, initial power objects for the route. So how do I explain this, what we are currently doing? To get the navigation work, I now want to switch the state management, because the state management is breaking the current state management. So the actual numbers that we have put in that are being saved here, all of these numbers, saving those does not really work with the approach that React Native Navigation seems to be pushing us into. That means what I'm now trying to do is externalize this management first of all. Externalize managing those numbers. And then does that solve my problem? Does that solve my problem? Oh. Does that solve my problem? It don't work. Me is confused. Me is confused. La 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 la. Confused. It's confused. Question dot question no. Did that work? Yep. What are we doing here? What? What is all this? I'm so confused right now. What is the problem that we're actually facing? I can't get the state management work properly and the navigation work properly with. Okay, I think I get it. I can't get it working with React Native Navigation because the data or the screens are actually dynamic. Somewhat dynamic. So I don't have 7 static screens, one for each question, but instead I have one component, the question screen, and then it gets filled with all the properties from the corresponding data, like goals is the title, this is the long question, what type, is it a number or is it some kind of text, free text. React navigation, dynamic routes. Is that it? Limitations. As a potential user of the library, it's important to know that what you can and cannot do with it. Armed with this knowledge, dynamic routes. It's not a limitation anymore with React Native Navigation 5. Okay, since we're on 6, we should be fine. Okay, this one requires a bit of it requires a bit of understanding, apparently. React navigation requires that you define your routes statically. Not great. Not great. How about it's switch navigator app pause. Wait, stack navigator, sign in and password. Wait, draw navigator, feed and friend list. Where's the, let's say that when a user signs into the app, you want to get a list of the user's friends and add a route for each friend, the friends navigator. This would make it so that there is a button, a route for each friend. Okay. This will make it so that there is a button with each of their names in the drawer. React navigation does not currently provide an easy way to do this. Okay. Yeah, workarounds, but you can expect some additional complexity. Okay. Okay. Technology is not supportive in this case. At least not the technology that we were about to opt for. That said, so is the problem now clear? At least for me, it's getting clearer. Not saying I completely understand it. But I think what we can do is the following. We stick with this custom navigation app, and we just, on top of that, we add another layer of navigation coming from React Native Navigation, which handles navigation to completely different parts of the app, like the analytics, the statistics, and some other stuff. That might actually work. So that means we essentially get rid of the stack, and instead we take a drawer, because that's what I want. How do I do a drawer? We take a drawer, native here, and we probably need native drawer or something. React navigate native navigation drawer. Yeah, so that's a drawer, by the way. We need to. Thank you. This dude. also need these two. Okay. So I think we can get rid of all the Redux stuff that we did here. So let's throw out a lot of stuff here. React Redux, we don't need you right now. Sorry, my friend. We do need this one and that one. That's fine. So then in here we don't need any of that. We don't need to export you. We can, I think, get rid of almost all of this, but not quite. So let's do this. We need these two, React Native Gesture Handler and Reanimated. I do think we have some of those. Gesture Handler is there, Animated is also there, perfect. So we are ready. Finalize. Get the following at the top. Don't think we need to do. But let's do it anyway. App, the app. There we go. There it is. Okay, we are already doing it. So it says we have to import this because we're probably setting some stuff up. Now we can use these guys. And then add some drawer stuff. Okay. Navigation app 2. Drawer. Now we put in this dude. And then we put in as one part dailies, and we take the custom navigation app with one part. Then we take, let's say, an about page. There, we need to write this. Oh, we just take the questions page. Or we rename it out. Don't receive anything. Congratulations. And we just write about me, about this app. Okay. Next try. Next try. Did I break it? I think I broke it. Give it another shot. Nothing connected. Open it, please. Bundling. Boom, 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 boom. Ah, we didn't. Did we? We have this one. Wait, no. Device not found. Now, can we draw? No, we cannot. No. Did we include it? No, we didn't, right? that would be an idea. Yeah, we need navigation app 2. And we probably need to reload because now the top component has changed. I don't know what that's. No! React Native animated. We had to create a worklet. Can I copy that message, please? Okay, Darn. I'm trying to use this. Yeah. Okay, so this person is in the same situation that we are. However, I'm getting the following error. Yes. In Babel config, yes. Do we need to add this? Shouldn't that be part of Expo? We have to link it again. Shouldn't that be part of our friend Expo? Babel. React Native paper Babel. Okay. Let's try that. Oh, did it work? No. Wait, what? Restart the server to see the new results. Oh, thank you for telling me. Let's stop the server and then restart it. Oh, yeah. Are we? Come on, you can do it. Come on, you can do it. No, you didn't do it. Additional steps. No additional steps on. 2 point, which 2.2? In the bundle cache. Maybe let's do that. And maybe completely remove it from our phone. You can do it. Oh, you can do it. Come on, 98%. Don't just stop there. I know you can do it. Oh man. Maybe you forgot to add reanimated Babel plugin. Do we have to install it? The Babel thingy? Man. Yep, native reanimate 2.8. I do have 2.8. But here's 2.5 only. active, animated, npm. Point 8. View docs. Blah 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 blah. No problems. Shopify and export. Installation. The web plugin. Hmm. This to the last. I do have. Oh, end production. Oh, wait. Oh, maybe need to do something like that. And actually, let's put it right there. Server. Yeah. Yeah. Comcat is empty. We're editing this text. Open it up again. You can do it. Yeah. This is also part of the developer job, right? Just fiddling around, not understanding what's going on, because all of the dependencies are just so terribly interlinked sometimes. There it is! So we did indeed need to set the plugins right here. Okay, terrible configuration stuff. That, yeah, this can take like forever sometimes. But now we have this. Yeah, look at it. And jump to the about page. Isn't it beautiful? I would like to actually not have this, to be honest. But at least it's there. At least it's working. You should be fine. You should be fine. Battle config, definitely commit that. We do have those changes. We might actually want to change the naming. So this is the questions app or something. Questions app. This is the questions nav app. And this is the actual navigation. Everything. Is it still working? Yeah. Oops. That. Open up. Seems to be working. Can I like say inside of here, let's just change goals to goals. Should be updating, my friend. Why you no update? Come on. No, it broke. Fuck. Maybe to resolve navigation. But that's not there. Oh, I forgot to save, I think. Do it again. This time do it correctly. I think I just forgot to save that file. That's why it was still on the previous state. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Yeah, just a little bit more. Yeah, goals. And if we remove all those S's, there we go. And it still works. It's just a little bit smaller. It's not ideal, to be honest. But it's still functional. Okay, take those v1.1, put that one into the about part just for the loads. Okay, actually 1.2. And okay, and all of those changes say this is now this. It did change something, but it's not really useful. I suppose it's a feature. Navigation. Add navigation. Basic. Can we screen options? Can we disable the top? I would like to see that. Read usage current. Yeah, they don't have it. Why do we have it? I don't want that. The route name. Opening and closing. Toggle dispatch. Use drawer status. So it's the drawer status, but use because it's React. A React hook. Just the name. Authentication stuff. I don't want that. Navigation dispatch. Nope, 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 nope. Okay. Suppose we have to find header or something, or bar, back behavior, default screen options. Default options specified by the navigator receives the custom options in the argument if a function is. Nope. Default status, detach inactive screens. Nope. Screen listeners, keys use legacy implemented. Default options for all screens under this navigator. Can we not disable the top bar? RN navigation, drawer, disable top bar. Header mode, green. Oh. So every screen has their own navigation options instead. There may be a way to share navigation options. Okay. What is it? Navigation options. Screen options. We have like navigation options? No. Oh, active background. Hide status bar. It's almost what we want. Maybe. Yeah, now it's gone. It's gone. Ah, it's that one. Okay. It's the wrong one. Do you have anything else with hide? How did they call it? Header mode. Header. Can we still? Yes, we can. Look at it. It's beautiful. Yes. It's a little hidden, but it's fine. I like it that way. Because since it's only for me, right? It's as long as I can navigate it and it's most comfortable, it works. In fact, it might actually be that depending on... No, probably not. I was about to say, sometimes you see that there's a light shadow, a very, very light shadow up here. That indicates that there is actually a drawer that you can open, but it doesn't seem to be the case here. Can we do that? Their style, header mode. Anyway, but that works. Screen options. So this here, disable top bar. That's, I suppose, a style feature fix. I suppose a fix maybe. Nav, hide top bar. There we go. Now, no, that's not a function. Yeah, header. No, it does work, but it doesn't like it. Oh no. Oh, I think it does like it. Never mind. I think there was still stuff from previously. Was it? Maybe it was. Hopefully it was. Let's open it up and then I think we release. There we go. And then we can release, which is, how did I do it? Deploy OTA prod. Yarn, deploy OTA prod. 3, 2, 1. I don't know why it does iOS, because I don't have iOS, but anyway, just in case somebody wants to use it on iOS, maybe. Is there a way to actually stop that? Stop iOS bundling. Skip. Okay. Doesn't seem to be. Anyway. And then we're done, I think. We got back into streaming. Artemis was here and Jamie was here. We had some fun. And we have now a drawer in our app. We introduced the new project. And I hope that now works. That was the wrong button. So if I close down this app here, which is the production app actually, we see nothing. As you can see, you see nothing. Oh, now it's working. There we go. Production done. Now I just have to install it again on my app and then I can finally work with it. Oh, that's not idea. Anyway. Come on, drawer. There we go. Cool. Very nice. So, I thank you very much, but now it's time for the goodbye song. That's at least what Play Dungeon Mans would say. Now it's time for the goodbye song. If you're interested, you can find everything on the GitHubs. Not in that project, but instead currently we are on we are on what's it called? Daily questions. Yeah, so that's the project that we're currently working on. It's completely open source. Did I include that it is MIT licensed? I have not. I should do that. Let's do it. Can I yeah, license? Is there a thing like that? Maybe not. License. MIT Web Apps. There we go. There we go. And we also say give me a new file. That file, create new file. License.md. Choose a license. MIT. MIT. And then we say yes, do it, do the thing, create license, commit directly, because we are on our own, create license, and then we say here also chore, I suppose, npm license field. Push. And then we're done. High five. Thank you so much. Build failed because I have to pull first. Damn it. Get reset hard origin / main. GL. Here we go. Now we have to do it again, unfortunately, because I messed up. MIT, save, do the same message, do it again, git push, and this time for real, and now you can use it. So, thank you so much for your time. Thanks for hanging out. I had a lot of fun. I'm very, very glad to be back-ish. Not sure whether I will do it regularly or just fun. Maybe I will stream again today if I'm in the mood. Maybe tomorrow, maybe next Wednesday again, because Wednesday was our regular day at least. That's it. But I will be back definitely with the TypeScript tea time, so we can drink some tea and write some TypeScript code. Thanks a lot and have a great day. Maybe there's probably nobody to raid currently. Yeah. Anyway. I say just goodbye bye.